The International Trade Center is a multilateral agency which has a joint mandate with the WTO and the UN through the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. The International Trade Center contributes directly to 10 of the Sustainable Development Goals. The ITC's technical assistance consists of a broad range of services such as generating valuable trade intelligence, contributing to national export strategies, assisting with trade negotiations, connecting producers to international buyers, and bringing poor communities into global value chains by transferring knowledge and skills that can be used and shared.
History. In 1964, the GATT created the International Trade Information Center to foster exports in developing countries by giving them information on export markets and marketing, and helping them develop their export promotion services and train the personnel needed for these services. But an agreement was created by the GATT, which now is the WTO, and the UN through the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development to have a specialized sector for the United Nations export promotion efforts. The agreement was reached in 1967, and the ITC was created on January 1st of 1968, being the only development agency that is fully dedicated to supporting the internationalization of a small and medium-sized enterprise, and the successor of the International Trade Information Center. The ITC supports its parent organizations, WTO and UN, through the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, by implementing and delivering practical trade-related technical assistance, research and policy, rules of trade, and business and exporters. Headquarters. They are situated in Geneva, Switzerland. Their staff are approx 300 employees from more than 80 nationalities. The ITC has country-based project office with experts from the specific region.
Okay, well, for Colombia, it is important to know and to participate with this organism. They mainly work together with the government, but also private companies can have access to the benefits of this organization. Companies can get access to the website, the platform that they have, that is very useful and it's for free, where they can find databases. So if they are pursuing exporting or importing processes, they can find useful information about the figures and the amount of goods or services that have been transacted in the international context. They also have the information about market access. They can find information about technical measures or phytosanitary measures, so it is quite useful for companies to have access to.
The International Trade Center is fully dedicated to supporting the internationalization of small and medium-sized enterprises, and it empowers them to become more competitive in transitioning and developing economies and connect to international markets for trade and investment, to raise incomes and create job opportunities, especially for women, young people, and poor communities.
Large project and program. First one, women and trade. Involving women in trades create job opportunities for everyone, since women invest more on their families than men do, in education, health and nutrition, and in creating a secure future for their families. The Women and Trade program seeks that women that participate in international trade can enjoy greater economic benefits, increasing their participation in trade, from entrepreneurs to producers in global value chains. Increasing women's competitiveness creates jobs because they own close to 10 million of the world's small and medium-sized enterprises, which account the 80% of jobs around the world. The ITC initiative, 1 million women entrepreneurs, seeks to connect by 2020 a million women to the market.
Export Potential Map is an online tool to spot products, markets, and suppliers with unused export potential. It is based on the ITC assessment, taking into account different variables as trade, tariff, GDP, geography, and other data. It transforms rigorous analysis into practical information about trade opportunities, and all graphs are downloadable and accessible for all users.